Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Tech channel, everybody. We're live on YouTube and Twitch, and here we are with our Forza Horizon 5 series. Today we're actually doing a dual stream on YouTube, so we're doing the vertical stream along with our regular horizontal stream. So you can also watch this stream as a short now, which is brand new. This is my first time trying it out. And today we're gonna be taking a look at some of the seasonal rewards that I just collected. So I'll go over all the cars that I just collected here. And it's 6 of them in total. So let's go over them one by one. First one's going to be the BMW M2. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And next one here is the Porsche RSR. Another nice, great car. Great driver's car. And I think this is another Porsche. Oh no, nothing here. Maybe here? Nope. Next one. Nope. Let's keep on going. I know there were 6 in total. Where did they all go? I'll actually show you all the cars from my
Welcome back, boss.
my cars. So first one was, I have the list on my phone. Took a picture of all of them. So yeah, the M2 was the first one, and we already looked at one of the Porsches. Let me pull up the picture. Yeah. So the 2021 Durango SRT, that's also brand new that we collected as a seasonal reward. Here it is. The Durango SRT Hellcat. I already had the regular SRT, the 2018 one, but now we also have the Durango Hellcat. And yeah, we already looked at the Porsche RSR, but there was another couple Porsches. So let's take a look at those. Actually 3 more. So yeah, that's 3 right now and 3 more. There were 6 in total. Alright, Porsche. So yeah, the 911 Rally, the Rally Edition 911. So that's also another seasonal reward that we collected today. And the Porsche Motorsport 935. This one right here. Isn't that crazy? And of course the GT3R. This will be the RSR. Where is the GT3R? Oh, right here. So GT3R. Here are the 6 cars that we collected from the seasonal rewards. So we'll be driving all of them today, one by one. And I'm pretty excited to try it out. We're going to be starting with the M2 because that's the first one that we collected. And I kind of like that M2. It's a nice, small coupe, sports coupe. Durango's also nice. And of course, the Porsches are, next level. So yeah, the BMW with the S58 engine, the bigger brother of the B58. We get the B58 and the M240i, M Sport, and here we have the real deal in the M2. Look at that. Looks like any other BMW engine because the cover, the plastic cover covers everything. And even without the cover, you can't really tell much when it comes to these BMW engines. There's so much going on underneath the hood. But they make great power. And these are some, fast cars. These M cars, man, they are serious. Oh, this is a 6-speed. No way. I thought it would be the 8-speed auto, but nope. This is the 6-speed. So this is a real driver's car, man. The 6-speed manual. So all the seasonal reward cars are 250k by default, as you can see, 250k. The weight distribution on this car is amazing. 50-50. 453 horsepower, 405 foot-pounds of torque, 3748 pounds. So let's start driving the M2. And if somebody's watching my short live, let me know how it looks. You can't really adjust the crop. So I read how they were going to crop it. It's basically the middle section of my screen. So it's cropped from the middle. So you'll only see the car. You won't see like the map or my specs from the MSI Afterburner or my camera. You can't really adjust the crop. But that's okay. Because if you really want to see the whole picture in the horizontal view, you can watch my regular stream. And of course, we are also live on Twitch. So we're actually streaming on 3 different platforms. Two on YouTube and 1 on Twitch. I like the BMW badge on the back of this car. It's different. They got the white and the red lines around it. That's brand new, man. And this baby blue looks really nice on this car. I like the color. I'm sure it's called something else, but I'm just gonna call it baby blue. Light blue. No, sky blue. As you can tell, the sky is a different color. Well, kind of the same, but you get the vibe. I remember when this car came out, I thought it looked a little bulky, but now it looks alright. These BMW cars, they just grow on you so quick. This reminds me of the M1. I also have that car. Revs to about 7,200 RPM. So I thought it would be a lot more crazier, but it's actually really balanced. And I think that's due to the 6-speed manual because you have long gearing. Yeah, this is a balanced car, man. There's literally no drama. Yeah, you get a little bit of wheel spin when you launch the car, but that's normal, right? It's rear-wheel drive. Wow. Yeah, the 8-speed is geared a lot more aggressively. This kind of seems sluggish. I thought it would feel a lot faster than this. But again, it's a relatively heavy car. You know, it's not super light by any means. I think it was like, what, 3,700 pounds? Let me double check on that. I think it was 37. Yeah, so it's up there, man. For a small coupe, 3,700 pounds is a lot. 450 horse, 400 torque, you know. I think if we add 8-speed to this car, and I'm pretty sure it's 8-speed when you get it in auto, and do some weight reduction on it, I think it would fly. Like that 4 to 5 shift is good. The 5th gear is kind of short. And here we're gonna shift into 6th gear or top gear. Wow, 6 is also short. So 5 and 6 on this car are really short. That's usually not the case with manuals. You'd have like decent long 5th gear and a really long 6th gear for highways, but that's not the case with this car. Pagani Huayra. We also have one of those. Not bad, not bad. Wow, you can really feel the weight, but at the same time, it's pretty balanced, so can't complain. Maybe here's the thing. Maybe it's not really meant for straight roads. Yeah, we got the nice, you know, S58 engine, but let me take it on some back roads and see how it does. Maybe I'll be more impressed with it on the back roads when it comes to its handling. It just feels a little sluggish to me. I think it's the weight. For a comparison, I do have the 1 Series M. Where is it? Yeah, the 1 Series M Coupe. And this has some weight reduction done to it. And as you can see, it's down to 2,800 pounds. And yeah, this is a heavy car, man. Freaking heavy car. Okay, this is stock right here. Bone stock. The M3 GTR. It has 0 mods. And this thing is 3,000 pounds. Well, close to 3,100 pounds. But you get the point. It's really freaking heavy, man. Like, why are they making this so heavy? What's so special? Like, where's all the weight? Is it in the big fenders? Or the big bumper at the back? I don't know, man. They made this thing really heavy. I'm not really impressed with the stock exhaust. It sounds very muffled. It sounds smooth, but doesn't really sound like an M car. I know it's got active exhaust, like valves and stuff, which we can't really, like, you know, operate in the game. I'm sure it sounds better in real life. Yeah, I like the car, but I think if it was maybe like 500 pounds lighter, around 3,200 pounds, it would be a lot more fun to drive. It's a great platform. We'll come back to it, definitely. We'll come back to it, modify it later, but I just wanted to get like a baseline run. And we got that. And now let's move on to the Durango. Let's see if the Durango is going to impress me more. Again, we're only taking a look at all the seasonal reward cars. All 6 of them that I showed you in the beginning of the stream. So here's the Durango Hellcat. Let's see if I'm going to be more impressed with the Durango. I feel like I will be. It's got a lot more power. I mean, a lot more weight too. But it's supercharged V8, dude. How can you not like it? Right off the bat. Sounds freaking amazing. Even though it's a stock exhaust, stock everything, this sounds so much more rowdier. Alright, let's do a launch control. Not bad. Wow, we're already in 5th gear. It's got some short gears, bro. These gears are really short. I mean, I get it. To get this brick moving, you need short gearing. Even though we have 700 horsepower, to give it that fast acceleration feel, you need short gearing. What's the top speed on this? Let's find out. Sounds great. Great throttle response. Does it feel faster than the M2? I don't know. Feels about the same. Maybe even slower. It all comes down to power to weight ratio. Plus this thing is all-wheel drive, so there's gonna be that all-wheel drive drivetrain loss, which is higher than a rear-wheel drive drivetrain loss. Handles good. For a big body on frame SUV, dude. Handles great. I mean, it's nothing like an X5 or, you know, a Porsche Cayenne. But it's not bad, dude. Again, not as fast as the Trackhawk because Trackhawk is lighter. Oh yeah, you really feel the weight on the turns. When you turn this thing, you really freaking feel the weight. It's got so much weight, it just wants to break loose on every freaking turn. Yeah, even when you're like not braking and just like turning at high speeds, it's just got so much momentum, so much inertia that tires just can't hold up. Like, look at that. You really need to be slow at turns. Plus, the center of gravity is really high, so that also plays a big role. And it's got the aerodynamics of a freaking brick. But at the same time, it's fast, it goes. Thanks to the 710 horsepower 6.2 supercharged V8. The power kind of falls off after 120 miles. Look at that. The grip while turning or while going on a bend is not that good, man. So don't try that in a Durango. This thing is only good for a straight line. We have to go through 3 gears to get up to 60 miles. Yeah, the 0 to 60 is in like 3.5 seconds, but again, 3 gears. Game looks good. The graphics look amazing. Like always, we're playing at 1440p, maxed out graphics. And we're not using any upscaling. We never do on Forza. This is your native resolution. I thought it would feel a little faster than this, but again, it feels alright. Not the fastest thing. How much does it weigh again? How much does it weigh? No, weight. What am I saying, bro? So it weighs 55, 34. Okay. It's heavy, but it's not like 7,000 pounds heavy. It's not like a Ford F-350 heavy. Yeah, decent. Decent power, decent everything. Alright, we need to take it on the highway for a top speed run before we can switch it, to one of the Porsches that we want. Alright, we're gonna take this thing off-road a little bit here. Because we can. Oh, look at that. Just took it like a champ. Smooth. It didn't bottom out or anything. It just glides right through those little hills. Wow, it rips on the downhill. The downhill gives it like an extra 100 horsepower. I really wonder if it would do 200 miles per hour. I don't think so. Yeah, the brakes are not that helpful when you're going really fast. Yeah, the brakes are okay. I mean, you got Brembos. But again, this thing weighs 5,500 pounds. Thanks to the 8-speed and short gear ratios, you can always find yourself in the right power band. And that's the nice thing about it. Looks good, dude. I know this is an old platform. They've had this body shape for years now. Over a decade, I think. Even a 2015 Durango looks like this. I mean, this is the updated facelifted version, which came out in 2021, I believe. Yeah, 2021. When they came out with these new headlights and newer dashboard and the screen. But everything else is the same, man. It's got good top end power. It's pulling. Still pulling. We're gonna rev the 7th gear. I mean, rev all the way in 7th gear. And now we're in 8th gear. And pretty similar top speed compared to the M2 that we were just in. Yeah, it's not gonna do 200. I mean, 180 for this brick is still heavy, bro. This thing is a brick. I like it. 180 in 8th gear. I like how it's geared. I like the performance. Yeah, it's heavy, but the power makes up for it. Now, let's move on to the next car. And that was gonna be one of the Porsches. Yeah, so let's switch to one of the Porsches here, the new Porsches. So, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them that we need to test out. Let's start with the slowest one. Alright, and that's going to be the 911 Rally. So let's see what this Rally Edition is like. Okay, so we got the nice Rally suspension on here from factory. It's raised up. Looks like a mini monster truck. Kind of. We got the roof rack. Looks very tactical, you know. We got the tow hook on the back and the front. Cool. Hey bro, I'm not looking to race. Alright, this feels quick. This feels quick. Okay, let me look at the specs again. This feels fast. Alright, 473 horsepower, 420 torque. But it's 3,500 pounds, so it's lighter than the M2. And it feels quick, dude. It really feels fast. Like, I think it's a 3-liter twin turbo. Three-liter flat 6 twin turbo. Yeah, man. Feels good. I mean, it's not meant for highways. You should take it off-road to really see what this Rally Edition is like, but I'm just checking out the top speed here and the gearbox. So we got 8 speeds. It's an 8-speed and pretty sure it's a dual clutch. What a smooth engine, man. I really like it. Man, those shifts are lightning fast. Let's not forget, this is a bone stock car. It pulls real hard. And it revs kind of high. Goes up to like 80, oh sorry, 77? 76, 7700 RPM. So it's a rev happy motor. It's torquey down low. And it soaks in all those bumps so nicely thanks to its high suspension. $179, 180 miles. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's going to get any faster than that. Again, this car is not really meant for top speed. On the downhill, we might hit 190, which is kind of crazy. Come on, give me 190. 189. That's good enough. Alright, before we switch to the different Porsche, let me just take it off-road and see how well it is when it comes to off-roading. I mean, how well it performs. How well it soaks in all these bumps. Doing pretty good. Yep, definitely a rally car. I mean, you're not gonna be rallying the car like this, but you that was a little too extreme. I like it. How is it around turns? Most likely good, but we'll find out. Oh, it's great. Just like any other Porsche. Porsche? Great brakes, man. The handling is on point, even though it's a rally car. It drives like, you know, just like any other Porsche. Okay, now we test out something faster. Again, it's gonna be one of the seasonal reward cars. Another Porsche. It is my first time driving all these cars, by the way. Just so you know, I haven't driven these before. I just received them and we started the stream. So, we tested the rally. This might be the fastest. I mean, just look at the rating and the horsepower. Should we test out the RSR first or the GT3R? So 565 400 torque, 503 340 torque. So this has less horsepower, but it looks like it has more downforce from that big wing. That seems about the case, yeah. So this has more horsepower, but handling is 7.9. Rear-wheel drive, rear engine. Rear-wheel drive, mid-engine! Oh! Okay. Alright, we'll test this out first. A mid-engine Porsche? When did they make this, bro? Oh, look how wide this thing is! No way! Wow, that's freaking wide. Whoa. Look at this interior, bro. This is a real race car. Look at the screen. We don't even have a rear view mirror. We have a freaking screen and a camera. Of course, we got the side mirrors, but no rear view mirror. Dude, I can't believe this thing is a mid-engine car. Mid-engine rear-wheel drive. Just look at this thing. Again, we need to look at the specs. So this is a 2017. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. So super light. Looks like it's got the 4-liter engine. And it sounds naturally aspirated to me. So NA 4-liter straight 6. It could be the GT3 RS engine. Well, it is a RSR, so makes sense, right? Wow, revs really high. Listen to the exhaust. The naturally aspirated goodness. It literally revs to 9.5 grand RPM. I like the third brake light. This is a real racing car, bro. Real race car. Wow. So the driving dynamics of this car is so much different compared to a 911 GT3 RS, because the GT3 RS is a rear engine car, as we all know. And this is a freaking mid-engine car? So I have a bone stock GT3 RS and this feels faster. I think it's the weight. This is lighter. And it might be geared differently. So is this a 7-speed? No! This is a 6-speed only. So unlike the GT3 RS, which has a 7-speed, this only has 6 gears. It's geared really sharp, I can tell you that. It's geared really short. Short, sharp, however you want to call it. Oh, there's so much downforce. Bro, we don't even have a rear bumper. We have a freaking diffuser as a rear bumper. Wow, those brakes. I love the sound. This is a real race car, man. Oh, no. My bad. This is a real handling monster. I love those yellow headlights, man. The yellow tint on the headlights. Dude, the idle sounds deadly. Wow. Damn. I love the idle sound. Man, the interior is next level. Literally next level. We got multiple shift lights. Couple on the dash and one on the steering wheel. It sounds even better from the inside. Alright, let's take it on the highway. I mean, it's not really meant for a highway, it's meant for a racetrack, but, you know, we like to take every car on the highway. It sounds so mechanical, man. I love it. So it looks like on the steering wheel we have our gear selector. Not gear selector, but it tells us which gear we're in. So the gear indicator. Plus we have our speed in kilometers. Because right now we're doing 50 and it shows 80. So that's definitely kilometers. What else do we have? Water press? Oh, water pressure? Oil pressure, oil temperature, water temperature, a lap timer. This thing is serious. Oh, we have our TC, traction control in 6. Well, we have the traction and stability completely turned off in the game. But I'm just reading whatever it says on the steering wheel there. Okay, we gave it a nice bath. This is not the car that you drive on dirt. You use their 911 Rally for that. Man, this sound is so addicting. Alright, looks like it tops out at 184, 185 miles per hour. Because it's geared for a racetrack, not for the Autobahn. Wow, so wide. Alright, time to test out the other two Porsches that we have. So the one after this, which one should we test first? This one? I think this one is the most powerful one. We'll test this one at the end. Now let's test out the 4.2 liter version. So this is more power compared to what we're running right now. More torque. And more weight. Does it have more weight? Yeah, more weight as well. So more weight, more power, more torque. So this is the 911 RSR that we just tested. And now we'll be testing out the 911 GT3R. So again, not the GT3 RS, but the R. And after this, we still have one more car that we're going to test. Dude, this looks business. Wow. Is that the fuel cap in the front? Okay, this is definitely rear-wheel drive, I know, but it's also rear engine. So this is the real deal. I mean, all Porsches are real deal, but you know what I mean. The standard configuration. Unlike the last one, that was really rare, man. A mid-engine Porsche. So this one is rear engine, rear-wheel drive, 4.2 liters. I don't know if this is turboed or supercharged. To me, it sounds like a naturally aspirated 4.2. I could be wrong, but I don't hear any boost. Alright. This looks just as serious as the previous one, if not more. Revs higher. So the last one revved to about 95 max. This one revs to about 97. I don't know how many gears this one have. Let's test out. The last one had 6 gears only. Wow, this wing is big. Again, 6 gears. That's surprising. Does have a higher top speed compared to the last one that we tested. Looks like 189. Now let's take it on some back roads and see how it does. And again, we're saving the best one for the last. So we got one more to test out after this one. Okay, the way this drives is completely different. So right off the bat, I'll tell you, the mid-engine Porsche that we just tested, the RSR, that felt more stable. This feels like it wants to get its tail out because it's got all the weight in the back versus having the weight in the middle. Totally different dynamics. Even the way it turns in is different. And the gear ratios feel longer. Each gear feels a little longer. I can't tell if it's, you know, I can't tell if it's like the downforce that's higher compared to the RSR, or if it's the gear ratios that are longer. But either way, it feels a tad bit slower, a slight bit slower. We got a bigger engine. We are making more power compared to the RSR. But again, we got more weight here. Let's not forget. So even though we have more power, we have more weight. That was around 2,800 pounds, and this is 33. Okay, almost 3,400 pounds. Okay, that's like 400 pounds. Oh no, wait, 600 pounds of difference. Roughly 500 to 600. Because that was a little over 2,800 pounds. But that's crazy, man. Was it over 28 or was it 27? I don't remember now. But either way, 500 to 600 pounds difference. Yeah, we got more horsepower, but when you have that much more weight, you're pretty much in a different class when it comes to racing. Yeah, it gets its tail out easily. The other car felt more planted. This feels like it wants to slide a bit. This drives like your traditional Porsche with a rear engine, rear wheel drive setup. And the RSR had like a more race car feel. There we go. Easily got the tail out. And I wasn't even trying there. I mean, the roads are wet, so... Yeah, the mid-engine had superior handling. This has more your traditional Porsche-like handling. And it does feel heavy. Doesn't feel slow, but it feels a little heavy. Feels like, you know, it takes more effort to control the car. Yup. This car requires much more, you know, control. You need to be much more attentive. This car requires skill to drive. You can easily power slide this car. Easily. Power slide your way into the corner and out of the corner. Where the RSR was just like glued to the ground. Alright. We're done testing this car out. I think it would be better if the roads weren't so damp. It would perform a little better. So now let's test out the last one. Best one. And here it is. The real deal. So not as heavy as the GT3R that we were just in. And not as light as the RSR. This has the 3.8 liter, so I'm thinking this has the same 3.8 liter from your 911 Turbo S. Because the specs of the power look very similar. Well, your 911 Turbo S is close to 600 horse and 600 torque. Where this is above 600 horsepower and 550 torque. So I'm pretty sure this car is a 3.8 flat 6 twin turbo. Wow, it's $1 million car, bro. Wow. Crazy. So even though this is a seasonal reward, it's telling us the real price of the car. That's crazy. Because for most seasonal rewards, they all just say 250k. But for these Porsche models, we actually have the real price. Well, I'm pretty sure the real price nowadays would be even higher. Because, you know, these cars always go up in value. So let's test out the 935 from 2019. 3,000 pounds, almost 700 horsepower, 550 torque, rear engine, rear wheel drive. So this might have the best handling and the best top speed out of all the cars that we tested today. Bro! I was gonna say yo and bro, so it came out weird. Oh man. No way. Bro, what am I looking at right now? I can't even wrap my head around this. I've never seen a car like this. Okay, so the taillights are on the spoiler? Bro, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Wow. And there are no headlights? We have like fog lights type of headlights in the front bumper, but no like traditional headlight. Huh? I am so confused. Wow, I am confused. I've never seen anything like this. It's got a long tail. I think the most weird part, or the crazy part I should say, are the taillights. Like, look at that. Does it have a reverse light? No, of course it doesn't. It's a freaking race car. Nothing tells you that it's in reverse. Because who's going to be reversing on a racetrack, man? You're only going forward. So you only have brake lights. No turn signals, I mean. Who's going to be putting on turn signals, right? No headlights. I mean, who's going to be racing in dark? You got those daytime running fog lights type of deal down low, but damn, look at this thing. All right, what does the interior look like? Wow. So It kind of resembles the 911 Turbo S interior, if you look at the dash. But most of it has been replaced with race car parts. So as you can see, the middle part, where the radio should be, now we have a bunch of buttons for your traction and other stuff. And looks like you have... Yeah, that's a boost gauge. That's a boost gauge, bro. So this is a twin turbo 3.8. So you got your boost gauge and you got your tack, I believe. Is that the tack? No, that's not the tack. That's something else. Oh, that's a clock? That's a freaking clock, bro. You got your hours and minutes. Okay, so you got a big clock, a big boost gauge, and you got rest of your specs like, you know, what gear you're in and your speed in the middle. You actually have nothing that tells you the RPM in this car. Is that right? Wait, this car doesn't tell you your speed or RPM? Man, this car just keeps on surprising me. So there's nothing on the dash that tells you your speed or RPM. Only thing you have is your boost gauge and your clock and your gear selector, which... Oh, no, wait. It does tell you the speed. Right there. In the middle. Right above the gear indicator. Wow. But it doesn't tell you your RPM. Okay. Cool. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, let's drive this car now, finally. No headlights? I'm glad the sun came out. Because we have no headlights. Okay, this is fast. Oh man, I know it's a rear-wheel drive rear engine. I just want to double check. Yep, that's what it is. I wanted to check again because it drives really different. Doesn't really drive like a rear-wheel drive rear engine car. And that could be due to the reason that the tail is so long. So even though the engine is at the back, it almost feels like the engine is in the middle. That's why I wanted to double check. Wow. I'm impressed, bro. Alright, where's the highway? Alright, we're gonna drive towards the highway. Wow, man. What a unique car. Honestly, it's got the best handling, best acceleration, best everything, dude. Everything is best. Everything is top notch. It's excellent. And of course I had to freaking crash into the guardrail, but other than that, it's freaking perfection, dude. Again, doesn't rev super high because the turbo motor, twin turbo engine. So revs up to like 7,800 RPM. That's normal. How many gears does it have? Let's find out. Does it only have 6 gears like the other 2 cars that we tested? It does have a 7th gear. All right. What an amazing car, man. Literally has like no rear bumper. We just got a nice big diffuser, and the tail from the top of the trunk and the rear quarter panels just stick out all the way to the back. And we got a racing strap in the middle along with the flashing light. Alright, we've tested out all 6 cars. All 6 of the seasonal rewards that we won. Or collected, I should say. Let me know which one you like the best. And we're going to call it a session here. We're going to continue in the next one. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.